707, who said nerves of steel helped him get back on the ground.
But we barely did it. Everything was on the minimum. We did this, we barely did this, we barely did that, we barely landed.
Tampa Air pilot Germán Valderrama has been flying jets for almost 14 years. Last Saturday at 6:40 p.m., he pulled off what he never thought he'd had to, an emergency landing with a missing engine.
Everything was normal takeoff.
Valderrama was piloting a Boeing 707 cargo plane bound for his native Bogota, Colombia, when 50 feet off of runway 9 at Miami International Airport, the plane's 6,000-pound engine appeared to die. What the three-man crew didn't know at the time is that the engine had completely fallen off during takeoff.
We were so busy trying to fly the plane. We weren't looking back or checking. I mean, the parameters were 0 because the engine was shut down. And we were so busy flying and doing our emergency checklists.
Busy, but not scared. For 30 minutes, Valderrama and his crew calmly handled the emergency. And although they had strong doubts about whether the plane could make it safely back onto runway 9, they pulled off an almost perfect landing. And that's when Valderrama says his real emotions kicked in.
Scared. Then your legs start, pretty scared. Then we started looking all over the place, the people out there, the firefighters and the engine, the pieces. Then you start thinking.
But thinking about the exhilaration of the moment has only made Valderrama want to fly even more. He says he's also comforted by the fact that engines hardly ever drop from the skies. It's a comforting thought for all of us. Now, the FAA says structural fatigue may be to blame for the engine trouble. As for Valderrama, he's planning on flying back to Miami later this week. Up next on Channel 6
Airport tonight after an engine fell off a cargo plane. The Tampa Airlines 707 jet was headed for Cali, Colombia, when one of its 4 engines somehow came loose and fell off. The engine landed on the runway, but no one was hurt. Witnesses say it happened just seconds after the jet lifted off.
When he was about 6 foot off the ground, his right engine fell off.
I don't know how far up he got. To the best of my knowledge, he didn't have any serious problems in the air. He came back down here without incident. Pilots are pretty skilled in handling these planes.
After the engine fell off, the pilot continued flying for a few minutes and managed to empty the plane's fuel tanks before safely returning to the airport. Federal investigators are looking into the mishap. A chance to become a U.S. citizen brought thousands of Hispanics to Little Havana today, as Eyewitness News reporter Andrea Coppola
falling into a grassy area. Witnesses say the plane foundered over the skies of Coconut Grove before landing safely at MIA. None of the 3 crew members was injured. Federal investigators.
Jessica, turn off the engine, please. It's shaking my camera like crazy. No te muevas tú, salte el coche, anda.
Sir, I think that the plane's gonna go through there. Because all the fire people go here.
Oye, Jessica, te para salir corriendo, ¿eh? Porque esto no viene recto, ¿eh? watching on TV.
Hey, man. Okay, come on, Josh.
Yeah, I'm glad he made it.
Come over here.